Welcome to Skybroking Commodity Weekly Market Commentary. Disclaimer: this weekly market commentary is for information purpose only. Before taking any decision, consult a financial advisor. Major data of this week has inflation and economic related data, and this week has no major data. Now let's see the precious metals outlook. Gold and silver has news like: after a bright start to the week that saw it come within a whisker of $2,000, gold is on course to end it around 2% lower following another negative session on Friday. It's continuing to be weighed down by a stronger dollar and higher yields as traders anticipate an aggressive tightening cycle from the Fed. High inflation and an uncertain economic environment has been very supportive for the precious metals, and I don't expect that to change. But the more tightening markets price in, the more resistance we'll see gold rallies. Of course, that may change if recession warnings start flashing, but as yet there remains some confidence that this can be avoided. Fundamentally, this is a mixed news for precious metals. And technically speaking, gold may expect a mixed trade with volatility movement ahead. Silver also may expect a mixed trade with volatility movement ahead. So these are this week's precious metals outlook. Now let's see the energy outlook. First is crude oil. It has a news like: oil remains choppy with China and the Fed creating a bit more two-way price action amid very tight markets. The risks are certainly more titled to the upside given the war in Ukraine and a potential embargo on Russian exports. But lockdowns in China and the risk of a Fed-driven economic slowdown are also significant. Fundamentally, this is a mixed news for crude oil, and technically speaking, crude oil may expect a recovery rally from lower levels. Next is natural gas. It has a news like: as Germany joins LNG import race, a long and crowded truck awaits. Fundamentally, this is a slight positive news for natural gas, and technically speaking, natural gas may expect a wide range bound trade in between 470 to 540 levels. So these are this week's energy outlook. Now let's check out the base metals outlook. First is copper. It has a news like: persistent negative sentiment due to low demand in China, where COVID-19 related restrictions remained a barrier to trade. This is fundamentally a negative news for copper, and technically speaking, copper may expect a range bound trade in between 780 to 830 levels. Next is aluminum. It has a news like: alumina prices continue to fall, Brazil differential grows. This is fundamentally a negative news for aluminum, and technically speaking, aluminum may expect a mild profit booking. Next is lead. It has a news like: longs increase their position to test the momentum in light of falling TCs for overseas lead concentrate and rising secondary lead cost. This is fundamentally a positive news for lead, and technically speaking, lead may expect a slight positive bias. Next is zinc. It has a news like: on the supply side, import window for ore remained closed. Hence, domestic supply for smelters was tight. On the consumption side, the terminal demand was suppressed by high zinc prices, and the transactions were thin. This is fundamentally a positive news for zinc, and technically speaking, zinc may expect a mixed trade in between 360 to 395 levels. And the last is nickel. It has a news like: nickel prices are unlikely to fall before pure nickel inventory rises palpably. This is fundamentally a neutral news for nickel, and technically speaking, nickel may expect a consolidation phase. So these are this week's Commodity Weekly Market Commentary. For more market updates, join our Telegram channel and the YouTube channel. Thank you by Skybroking.